Hello there. I thought the very best way to get a feeling for the potential of different sites around our campus might be just to really take a look around and show you what they might look like with a digitally created sculpture there to get a better visual idea. I'm sitting here at the circle, the paved circle that goes to the side of Whitewater behind me and also Middle Fork. And this is a great site because it comes ready landscape, a perfect little environment for the right piece would be very visually stunning to all the traffic that passed by. And that would include not only IU East students, but Ivy Tech and anyone coming onto the campus. This would be sort of a direct focal point. I'm standing right in the hub, the center of the quad, and this obviously I think would be a natural choice for, at some point, an installation. I think some of the landscaping may have to be reworked. It seems to be a little overgrown, but it would be a beautiful place for a sculpture that might lend a reflective, contemplative feeling to this space that students pass through every day. If you look off to my left, you're going to see what I think might have the most potential for a stunning, dramatic point of view or a focal point for our campus. Maybe not right away, and it would take a very large and special piece, but this is the furthest point that we can see from the campus. All right, now we're upstairs on the second level of Whitewater Hall, just above the bookstore. And I want to show you the view through this window and give you a better feeling of the visual impact and potential that this site would have if we could find a large enough scale piece, and some point in the future it would be very dynamic. This is the longest focal point on the campus, as I've said, and I think even the architects had planned for this to be an open space, and any expansion I think probably will be recognized as needing to take place to the right-hand side or to the west of the site that we're seeing right now. Now this area behind Whitewater, the patio, has a lot going for it, and I think it might be one of the very first sites that we consider if we can find the right pieces. There's a couple of possibilities for installation. I think the first one would be obviously in this paved area, the courtyard area. And then if you swing over to the right, you're going to see that very prominent corner in the Whitewater building where a vertically oriented piece would be very striking from almost anywhere out in the quad. Also, this is a most intimate space on campus. This is where people come to study, to read, to visit, to interact. I think one of the great things built into this spot is that not only does it have a great potential for a visual impact from the exterior as you approach from anywhere on the interior quad up to the patio area, but everyone who enters Whitewater through the front entrance is going to gain an immediate view of the sculptural form through the glass in the lobbyway. So it's going to have a lot of great lines of sight and visual potential from many places within the Whitewater, the main building of our campus. Now all the sculptural forms will have a totally different feeling at night when they're illuminated, but I think the potential here for a striking visual statement would be in the evening, the way the pieces could be lit. And again, think of social functions and receptions and all kinds of things happening in this beautiful area with beautiful pieces of art. Over my shoulder you can see two mounds, smallest one furthest away, a medium-sized mound behind me, In design terms, this is called repetition with variation, and these mounds were created by the architects when they designed the entire look of this portion of the campus. I think the right forms, the right sculptural forms on those three mounds will dramatically heighten the effect of that repetition with variation that the eye scans as you approach Whitewater Hall. It could be very dramatic, very beautiful. Again, it's outside of the quad, but at some point in time, this could be one of the very most beautiful areas of the campus that welcomes every new visitor and everybody who comes to the main entrance of Whitewater. So there's a short little tour of some of the potential sites, some inside the quad, a couple outside the quad, that I think we might consider as the first choices for having the most visual impact with a sculptural installation. So ultimately, I think the sculpture is going to determine the site, and perhaps the sculptor could be part of the process as well. Well, there's many more sites possible. We'll take a look at them as we get more pieces, but for now, I think we have a good selection to choose from.